Let's see what we need for the Jeep operation. Yeah, it would definitely be an advantage to have the weight of the battery attached to the mount, because that would stabilize it some, and then it would be easier to carry the battery. The wind kicks up. I'll show you the Navy flag. It's hanging flat right now. Oh, there it goes. Oh, this could be a nice view if I get out of the sun. I still got sunlight. So we're creating our own sunset. Let's back this way. There we go. Yeah, part of it. So, Tilly Cat's spooked out right there. She's awake a little bit. Tally Cat, I'm down here. She's sitting there behind the chair. Hey, Tally Cat. She can stay there for now. I don't want her coming down while I'm getting the Jeep out. Let's see if this goes better than the last. I got to right here and I set the camera down, and it cut out because I still have the Wi-Fi at the shed, and now I have it at the house. So let's see what happens here. I got my thing rigged up. The microphone might drop out. This Jeep has an electromagnetic field because I tried to put a compass in it, and the only place I could put it, like a regular compass, because it has onboard electronics. It doesn't give you less than 45-degree increments. And the only place it works is on the passenger seat. Everywhere else is a magnetic field. Backing out of the garage is kind of interesting because I've only got about 4 inches on each side. The car had about 8 to 10 inches. Okay, well. I don't need the gardening boots anymore, so let's take those off. I'm not supposed to drive barefoot, but I'm trying to remember if I have extra shoes. I do. I have a pair of spare running shoes in the back. Let's see. Ideally, Mom's not going to like it if I put it in her flower. Over right about here. But I don't got nothing to set this on. I'm looking around now seeing what I can. It's almost falling out of the rig. Let me adjust the camera rig here. There we go. Phone's falling out. Right here would be pretty nice, but I don't got nothing to put it on. I got shelves galore in here. Let me see what this looks like. You're looking out into the sun. Oh, I've got the wire up there. No. Oh, hey. I have an idea. Sometimes you don't got to go too far for good ideas. All right, let's see. There we are. We got a stable mount, my little tripod. I actually, there's some stuff inside, but this is the new model Jeep, the GL. They made the top a little bit different to take down. I don't know if anybody's actually live streamed this before, but you'll get to see it here on Channel 6 first. There we are. Okay, don't need any tools. There are some tools you can carefully change windshield configuration. used to walking on gravel. I used to walk through the driveway all the time. They get kind of smelly, so I have a pair here that I keep, old Parakeets. I keep her running in the rain. I'll just put those away. There's something inside that shit. There's something inside. Let's go up. Is there something in it? If they get wet, I can see them sitting around. Well, in summertime, just put them out in the sun. Issues with I really shuffling footing without shoehorn. And it crumpled. Okay. Putting the top down. I made a modification in the interior so I could just lift it up. First thing you actually have to do is take this back things off. I'm hoping that my cargo space doesn't need modified. This stuff peels off really easy. I got rid of all the trash. See if I remember how to do this right. You're actually supposed to take this other part off first, but I like to slide this out. Oh, and this comes out. Oh, the inside's really nice and clean. It really feels like there's something in the shoe. And I don't actually have anywhere to set this. Side. I got cargo. I do know I think. Slides back. Oh yeah, this comes out. Let's unlock this. There's just a couple of metal tabs in here, little pull things. And you release those and that helps. I've got a camera system that I put a video camera in, and I'm just going to sit in the seat beside. Yep, and I had an old security camera for it. You can actually put it back and sunroof style. It joint between the finger and it holds back at that joint. But I don't remember quite how you get this loose. I think it just pops out. Yes, the whole thing pops out. And it slides out of this wonky little groove. Isn't that cool? They used to be snapped in and had zippers and stuff, and now they redid it this way because I think they got a few complaints that way. because it had some issues I worked on. Took a safety pin and kinked whatever was kinked up. You gotta unpeel those things. So it definitely feels like something is in the shoe. I feel like something. It's like one of those things. That almost feels like a muscle for we got a bonus caddy cam. I don't know if she's going to let me hold those. Nope. Oh, she likes the Jeep. I can't bring her along with the top down. Nope, she's down. That's the caddy cam. That's it. Okay. One. This can't stay here. I see there's all kinds of I've got all my off-road one thing I kind of learned is you're going to want to use something, and you're going to need a guide to it. Because you don't have this stuff. Some of it's off. Some of it's covered here. Got a nice jump up here that's shovel. Oh, wow, there's something. I don't know what's going on, but I can feel something on my foot. I felt something poking me. You know? I'm going to pick up her socks. That was just... This is a mystery. I'm going to have to get a light and see it in here. There's nothing in the shoe. Can't feel a thing. Something definitely. Let me check. I don't know if I can see what's on the camera. My stream, it says I'm live. Live indicator, I got data flow. Nobody's talking in chat. And if you're here, welcome to Channel 6. I'm your host. I'll put the top down on the Jeep. let us examine a few things. I got a lot of off-road gear in my Jeep. I like to be prepared. I got my high lift jack here. That's a very useful tool. I put some straps to hold my shovel and my axe. Thing is, once you're off-road and you're up in the mountains somewhere, if you don't have this stuff and you get stuck, then you're calling a tow truck and you find out that even if you have AAA Plus, they won't go more than 100 feet off of pavement with a winch cable. And you're going to be paying the towing company a lot of money to do this thing for you. Sticky, sticky, stucky, stucky. I would estimate about $200 if you don't have your equipment. And I got my jumper cables. I got an air compressor for deflating and inflating the tires hiding back here. Tubes. That's my spare battery over there. I got an auxiliary power system. Some spare water. Chalk block. My bolt cutter. That's my bolt cutter right there. It's actually a battery powered grinder that's pretty darn good. Fire extinguisher for the gas tank. I'm hoping when you put this down, this folds into here, and I'm hoping this stuff is on this bar that it just goes down. This is my work light. This is one of my favorite lights on the Jeep because it lights that up. That's a really dark area. But I got a couple of things. See, I had a bunch of stuff up here and it kept falling out. So I put this cargo net. And what it cargo nets to is the railing. And it holds it really nice, but I would like to refactor that. Can I set this on the light bar here? Let's see, what are you looking at? I don't know. As long as the cat doesn't come up and decide to help me by moving the camera, I think it'll be good. But every time what I have to do, and I'm running out of, I've got about 40 minutes of sunlight left. I've got to pull these zips. I got this cord. This is just Velcro. And this has got to come off of here, see, to put the top back. And what I would like to do is put this on something else so that it's held in the same place and I don't have to, well, this is the thing. I'm going to have to move it anyways. And then there's one back here that I can't even find. Is that tricky? What's that? What's this? How's this actually wrapped around here? It's stuck on the netting, which I don't mind. See, I have a little pull cord. And I've got a thing on it so I can grab it and pull it. What I would like to do is refactor it, because in theory I could leave this net right where it is, as long as it's tied down good. My goal in wanting to put the top down is to not have to do a whole bunch of extra stuff like this. So it's like, hey, it's time to put the top down, take those 3 panels out, fold this thing back, and hit the road. Instead of sitting here while the sun's burning in the sky. I'm trying not to drop this little thing down. I don't know why that's tied on to the thing so good. Okay. Now, the way I understand it, when you go up like this, I need something to hold on to, I'm slipping here. You push this back, this is your sunroof mode, right like this. And then you got a couple of things you gotta unlock. Put it all the way down. I've also got a couple of little lights taken in here. Can they light up my cargo area? And it's really nice little. And there's nowhere else to put them. simplify this operation today. So next time I decide to do this, it's like put the thing down, hit the road, McCall song, CJ5. I don't recommend the actions. This is my video. I don't recommend the actions in that song, by the way. Now, this slide, it's unlocked, and I'm not sure what to do to slide it. Kind of forget what, but it's unlocked. I'm pretty sure you unlock it to let it down. And I might have something to lock it. Oh, okay. Look around. There's a pole. I don't, you probably can't see where the camera is. There we go. And that's top down on the Jeep. Yeah, all this gear is sitting here. It actually goes down a little bit further, but I don't know how much. It doesn't go down much further. It actually kind of sits down into this cargo compartment. So let me come up here. What I'm going to do is get my dirty feet on the seats here. I know I'm in your way, but my operation takes precedence here. I can't do much with the camera. What I want to do is see if I can tie this cargo net to this rail ahead of where the slide is, and I don't think I can, not without an extra thing. Guess what? He has an extra thing now. The back piece, I don't know that I can do anything with, because there's actually nothing to tie that to. For this front piece, I might actually be able to do something here. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing, but then I got to stand on my seat. I'm trying to avoid doing that. I'm already standing. Well, hold on. Portable thing here. See, this is my little work area. I don't know if I can set you in here anywhere that you'll be able to see. I don't want this thing. You know what? Just for now, I'm going to take this battery up because it's heavy and it's going to fall. The camera itself is a little bit more stable. Okay, here we are. Railing. And only buddy I see talking to me is a bot. What I want to do is kind of tie into this. There's a little slide track here. And I kind of want to tie into this ahead of the slide track. And tie this, almost lost it. And tie this to the cargo net down. Because this is a pouch. It's not like a open thing. It's a bag. And all this stuff is trapped in here. It doesn't come out. So in theory, if I could put this where it's going to wrap this thing, right in here. Put this where it's going to get wrapped in this Velcro. I got that Velcro loose, actually. And one, I want to be able to pull this, which right now I'm not able to do because it goes the wrong way. I don't know if you understand what that means. But, actually it does go right. It's just going to be hard to get loose. Basically, it's rolled up on this net. Now, I pulled it loose. See, right here, I'm rolling this up into this heavy netting. But, you know, technically, I don't need the Velcro. Because I don't think it's going to hold anyways with this. This blue stuff is what I could use. I have some spare blue stuff. I might just get the spare. Oh, we have, look at Caddy. Caddy's here to help us. She's figuring this. She's never seen this configuration. She hasn't been in the Jeep. Oh, what happened? Come back. Don't lose my mic. Do I still have the mic? Yeah, it says I still... Where is it? Keep screen on. It says I still have the mic, I think. Let me try that. Oh, it's a chance I didn't knock the mic out, or the mic's been knocked out, so I don't know. But what I need to do here is actually have an idea. This is a bowling knot. And what I'm thinking is the following. And yeah, I've got about a half hour of sunlight. I don't need sunlight to drive. I want to keep the bowling knot. But what I'm thinking about is just leave the Velcro where it's at. I hear some crows. If you're a stagehand, bowling knot's one of your most useful knots. It's not easy to adjust, but it won't run. And the way it works is you go down around the outside and come back up and go back through your hole here. Let's see if I tied it right. You can tie it wrong easily, but it looks a certain way when it's done. That looks good. So just tie that onto the net. And I'm just going to run it around this rail at the bottom here. And that'll hold my net. I got to do something in the back with it too. I'm just going to do it like that. And do the same thing on the other side and pull this kind of tight. Right now it's the inertia of where it's at is holding it. I don't think I need to knot this right here because I'm going to take it back to here. And I got to figure out where I'm going to attach it. I had this attached up to that metal frame. You know what I could do? My butt found the horn. I'm trying to reach down and get this beaner clip I just dropped. My butt found the horn, and the cat. You can watch Catty Cam and watch me work. Let's see. Cat's going to help me out. What I'm wondering is if... Now, there's nothing I can put it around, but I got a strap thing here. I made my own rumble straps for the back. It doesn't come with them. And it's just like a little clip, but it holds pretty good. So what I'm thinking about is putting it under the rumble strap, clicking that back in place, and then pulling it back to the net and pinning it down that way because it went through right here. The only thing is I don't get a good pin down there. Let's see if I can get it back around. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. I got just a loop tie here. We call that a half hitch right there. Half hitch. And this is a bowl in the bowling knot. Let's go do the same thing on the other side. I'll put you here for now. And I have this piece of Velcro's not doing anything. So I'll put it on my beaner clip, maybe. Roll it up. I got a spare beaner clip here. I'll show you my rig I made for the CB radio and the light panel. I've already explained. Oh, the kitty's being cute. I got to stop and pet her. I hope my Bluetooth mic's been on the whole time and it just got knocked out. Oh, she's so cute. She's rolling in the ground. But when you go off-road, like up in the mountains, there's no cell towers up there in a lot of places. And you get up there, and your cell phones may or may not work. I visited my friend. We went off-road. He had one day before he went into chemo. He's got a little cancer issue. And he called me. He thought he left his wallet in my Jeep. And I picked up the call, and it dropped out. And I was like a half a mile from his house up in the mountains. And I had to drive all the way back just to call him. And then find out that, no, in fact, the thing wasn't in the Jeep. He found it. But that's one of the things where it's like, once your technology doesn't work, it's a world of hurt almost. You're just like, well, what do I do now? Once the technology stops working, you find out what your true capabilities are. If you have MacGyver skills or you don't, or you have any capability. And during the recent series of events, there was some somewhat famous person in there stuck in their house, and all their appliances died, and they were like having a conniption because nothing was like working. And I don't know how many of you that will watch this or are watching now take the time to go out in the wilds and hike and do things like that, but it can pretty much be an eye-opening experience. That you find out what kind of capabilities you actually have and how things work when things don't work. When you can't just pick up a cell phone. No, I did this wrong. I'm redoing, oh no, where is it? I'm redoing my bowline knot. And there it is. I got it right. You find out, when the stuff doesn't work, how capable you are, what kind of situations you can handle, because if it ever comes down to it, like society failing or technology failing, even on a local level, what are you going to do? Now I need to look at the other side and see what I did. It doesn't look the same. My half hitch doesn't look the same. I don't know what I did different. But, and I'm not even sure if the camera's pointed at the right place where I'm working right now. But what are you going to do if it all just blinks off on you? How much can you handle? What are you capable of? So, around the front, up and like that. Up over the top and back through. Around the front from the tie. Yeah, around the front from the tie. Up over the top and back through. That's not what I did. How can you do a half hitch is just one loop. Nope, I didn't do it the same. I didn't go around the front. I went around the back. So it didn't work right. But how much are you capable of? What can you do? What can you handle? Around the top, through the back, there we go. Can you actually survive? Will you be okay? Are you capable? And who can you call upon that's going to be available in any given situation to help you? If you get stuck off-road, who are you going to call? You get stuck on the highway, you can probably call AAA if you have AAA service, or one of those services. You can probably call them, and the friendly guy will come out in a tow truck and rescue you. He shouldn't be laughing at your situation. He might laugh in private, depending on how dorky you were. I had a couple people try to drive over wheelchair entrances and sidewalks. And one of them got stuck one time. It's like, I don't understand, this parking lot entrance is so small. And I was young. I was in my 20s, but I still knew better than to say anything that would get back to AAA. Because at the time, I needed the money from my towing job. Okay. So I got the half hitch here. The bowline knot's around the net. If I want to take it off, I undo this Velcro at the back. Pull it through here. Oops, that's not latch. Pull it through here. Yeah, I felt it click that time. Pull it through here. And I think I should be able to just leave this here. My, this hat is hanging here. I might take that down. I got a couple other things, but at this point, I think we're pretty much ready. Let me see what I got. This is my security system panel, and I'll show you where I put the cameras. One's a parking camera. It's actually on my remote controlled spotlight. It rotates up and down, right and left, and I put the camera so I can see the curb. I don't really need that anymore. And then I put what I thought for the backup cam, I got a winch cam. So if I'm operating the winch, I'm winching myself out, I can see what the cable's doing. Okay, so this is the rig they came up with. It folds down. And it can actually go down a little bit further, but it's sitting on top of all my gear. And it actually looks pretty good. And this stuff, it's just like perfect. Okay. I've got some spare things back here. When you drive with the top down, it's a little windy. Nice thing with the top down, I can adjust my toolbox and everything. And yeah, I have multiple fire extinguishers. That's the inverter that if I was going to power my computer with like a UPS, I want to take this out. Let's see if we can do that real quick. It just digs in here. I set it up for something I don't need anymore. I don't know what you're sitting on. My streams have unstable cameras sometimes. It just goes in here, and it's plugged into a couple little things. I don't know how easy it is to get out. It's a monitoring system for my battery relay. And when I put it in, I kind of hadn't realized that I can see the monitor light that's on here with the main switch. And I don't actually need this in the back. And this is by the back battery, because when I set it up, I didn't realize I could just look through. I didn't realize I could just look through the window. And now I don't know where it goes. Oh, it goes into that? Oh, wow. Well, it's a little bit harder to get out, and I have about 30 minutes of sunlight. So it's just going to sit there. Okay. My digitally connected friend, I think we're just about ready to go off-road. That is going to be shorter because next time I won't be adjusting that cargo net. I'm going to see if I can just leave that here. And I have this. You know, one thing I could do, I got some things I want to check. I got my, is it trapped in there? I got my, I got a flag for that. I almost bought another flag for the Jeep. And then I remembered that I have a flag in the Jeep in the back. I used to have that on my bike. I'd ride around parks and stuff. But one thing that I am thinking instead of, I got a couple of bungee cords. And this bag's got some weight on. But they're like little straps, not bungee cords. There's Velcro straps to hold this down. But they go on these railings. But I'm using them to hold something else. There's a couple of bungee cords here that go on this to hold it down. You know what I think? I think that I can just bungee cord this thing because you don't want it popping back up. And I'm looking at where I have this. Not that. Luckily, I have a flat back bumper I can jump up on. You know, I could go off of this thing. I got the thing that holds my special jack. Yeah, because that's not... Oh, it can flop up. It's not locked. I don't know if I can lock it in place. It might be a bit of a bouncy issue. It's locked. Oh, that actually locks pretty good. Because you actually want this to stay kind of down. And I'm still experimenting. I don't want to go out to the bumper. That's too far. Okay, I think we got. Do we got? I'm working on having got. Okay, we got it. It's not going anywhere. All right. I brought all the accoutrements for going off-road. We've got a little bit of sunlight, and that's all the longer you're probably going to get to come with me because I'm not going to use all my cell data just to go off-road today. Let me find out where the cat went. She might be hiding down in here. She comes in here and lays down, and I'm really pleased how this turned out. She lays down and paws around on my sweatshirt, and I don't want a catty issue when I start driving, especially. Okay, there's one cat. I wonder if anybody's actually in chat that saw where the cat went, because I don't know where the cat is now. I don't have the chat up anymore. Stream Elements bot, where's my cat? She could be just she sits in the flower bed and hunts little creatures. So she could be there. I don't see her anywhere. Oh, she's on the wall. Okay. Catty's been located. I don't think I'm going to stream putting the top back up because it's just pushing up, locking it in place, and sliding those panels back in. There's the catty. Catty is safe. This was hanging in a little shop at the mall. Crown Antiques place. Not actually antiques, like vintage stuff. I looked at it for months. And then I had a Jeep, and it's like, oh, hey, I could get that. And I got it, and it's there. And I'm out of coffee, but you know what I got? I got water in the Jeep. So I think we're going to go find out if I missed anything important. The fire extinguisher is actually strapped down. It cannot readily come loose, but I might put an extra piece of Velcro on it. You actually have to release that. The other one's actually hidden. It's pretty well secured. It's not being bunged up, and it's not coming out. This is my emergency kit, flares, first aid, things like that. It's an old 30 cal ammo can from World War II. One of the really old ones. Okay. Here we are. That's my little thing to hold the that's the stuff I wanted not to have to move every time I wanted to put the top down, just like the cargo net. And this is an experiment because this stuff's all trapped. It can't come out. It'll be nice not to have to move that every time, because then there's those 3 panels and I can put the top down. So let me show you my rig. Now, oh yeah, I have this as my cell phone holder, but you know what it doesn't do? It doesn't do portrait, I don't think. Well, maybe it does. Hold on. Oh man. Things. I think a lot of times, one of the things people don't realize is we make things way more difficult, and it goes portrait mode. We make things more difficult. Will this actually work? We make things more difficult than they need to be. We do it all the time. It's like a specialty of humanity. Hey guys, how about this? I did not design this to work portraits, so if it works, I'm going to be really impressed because I'm having challenges. I don't have the bracket tight. Hold the farm, hold the thought. Okay. Yep. Yeah. How about that? All right. We are ready. I am going to power oh, wait a minute. The Jeep's got power for USB. Boom. Powered. Let me get some glasses and see what the message is. Alert box preview. What? What did I do? Oh, I just lost the... Okay. It just went wonky. Change orientation. Yeah, it won't reorient the camera, but it'll reorient the view. Okay. I lost the Bluetooth mic. I know I lost it because it goes out when it, oh, did it just turn back on? Oh, that's interesting. I'm actually going to test and see if I'm still on Bluetooth. Bluetooth audio disconnect. I was still on Bluetooth, I guess. I don't know if you can hear that, but I don't know if you can hear the ICP there. Okay. There, we're on Bluetooth now for sure. All right. I have spare water in my Jeep. It's water. It says kombucha, but it's water. There's 15 minutes of sunlight left. I'm actually going to have to disconnect the Bluetooth again to go on my cell data, because I'm pretty sure that'll disconnect it. I'm checking for the kitty. She's still on the walk. All right. I'm actually going to take my emergency box, assuming I can dismount it where I'm sitting, and put it on top of the stuff in the back seat. Not that I think anything's going to blow out, but that box is heavy, and it'll hold that stuff down. Okay. Some stuff in the front seat that looks blowable. I'm going to hide it down in a little corner. All righty. Here we are. Ready to go off-road. For some reason, my charging says 50%. I'm hoping that it's 50%. Access to phone denied. Okay, allow. Let me see if I still got the Bluetooth. Yep, it says it's on. I'm gonna find out. All right. Here we are. You're gonna... I don't know. Let's see what you can see. The dashboard. Yeah, you can see that while I'm off-road. What I'm gonna have to do is flip this so it's actually up in the... But you can see back there. Oh. These little safety devices. Okay, clear this up. I actually have, you know what? I'm going to take this hat down so it doesn't blow away. The hat clips in this hat. I'll put it down here, hopefully. I don't feel like stopping the Jeep somewhere. Let's see how these work. I don't actually know how this hat clip works. No, it actually goes all the way around. Oh, wow. I have a hat clip. I'm not sure how to clip it on. The kitty is on her thing, so I can see the kitty. She's thinking about getting on the Jeep. There we are. But I'm going to start the engine. Okay, I have to do one thing. Kitty's like, where are you going? Okay. I have to do this. I have to, this will disconnect the mic, but I got to put cell data on and hope that it works. So, mobile data. Mobile data is on. If it suddenly disconnects, well, we got started. It still says Bluetooth audio is up. Okay. Taking my glasses off. It's pretty cool. You know, when I got this vehicle, I wasn't, did I cut it far enough? I wasn't really thinking about being able to do really cool stuff like this. And it's popping this thing up again. Okay. Oh, was that mobile data? Oh, I just denied a thing. Let's back up. It hasn't cut out yet. I'm looking at the backup camera so I can back up to my Wi-Fi router. I think I just denied data for the it says it's still streaming. I think I just denied data for wireless data for the streaming software, and I can't get to my thing, to my it won't give me, there it is. I don't know how to get to notification settings. Nope. Well, let's see if it cuts out. The stream ends. Okay, it says the stream didn't end, but it looked ended. And I don't know if I've got this on. This should be allowed on mobile data. So when I get on this road, I'm going to see how long I've been on the mobile data. I got a right turn up here. Then I got to go back and put the top back up because it's going to be raining all day tomorrow. It might be raining the next day, and I got to get out of the garage to put it back up. There's a little farmhouse here. I don't feel like I'm gigging the phone. Mom rented it back in the 60s, and we lived here. Pretty cool. Somebody's actually cutting some of the fields. I'm wondering if they're baling it up because it doesn't look like they got much cut. But they might have just cut whatever was there. Oh, somebody's got an archery target. That's pretty neat. Okay. I'm going to check this. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to top down. We see the hair coming loose. Got ungigged. This is called Hatfield Road. And yes, is in the Hatfields and the McCoys. I don't know if any Hatfields ever lived here. Somebody walking their dog. Looks like a boxer. You can see the trees on the side. I'm about to go through a tree tunnel. Nobody's around. I'm going to see if I can ungig the phone and show you. Yes. I'm about to drive through this tree tunnel. Isn't that cool? Now I gotta put the phone back. Nope, not that hole. That hole, nope. Okay, you don't want to see the dashboard. Something's different. I got it wrong. I don't know what I did. You're gonna kind of catch a little bit of the sunlight. Can't something. It showed me a message and I don't know what it is. Anybody in chat? Stream Elements, bot. Alright, let me turn that chat off. Okay. Wow. And I can't do much with my hair because I got the hat strap. Okay. Why did I get a manual transmission? Anti-theft device. Nobody can drive these things anymore. No, the first car I really learned on was my mom's Pinto. I had my uncle's old Ford Granada for a while. He was a government worker. It was a very government car. Very clunky and cantankerous. And I got my mom's Pinto. It was the 75, the year after, when they had to recall for the blowy-uppy gas tank. And that was a stick. And then the tow truck I drove in the 90s was a stick. So when I got my truck, there's like 4 or 5 rabbits just sitting out in the field. Well, 2 rabbits and birds just sitting out in the field. But the tow truck was a stick that I really liked, 821 Echo. I hear buzz from electric lines. I wonder if that'll mess with anything. And oh, squirrel, what are you doing? Get off the road. And I really enjoyed that. And when I was planning on getting this, like, I want a stick. In theory, I know how to drive one. It took a little bit of practice. But I find it enjoyable. And you've got a modicum of control that you don't have with an automatic. And off-road, that might make a difference. Although these days, I don't think there's much difference between the automatic and the stick. Performance-wise. You're likely equal to get in trouble with either one. This is awesome. If you're going to get a Jeep, this is the reason to get one. One of the reasons. This is a good reason to get a Jeep. That hair flying with the flag. Can you see the flag? It's back there. Okay. Now I'm actually crossing. I'm going to go out a road that goes behind my house. Well, no, I haven't lost anything that I'm aware of. I'm calling this operation a success. And there will be more top-down days. I'm probably not streaming them. Hopefully I'm streaming on... Oh, I can find out if I streamed on mobile data. It'll be on the record. This is a road that has a bunch of monkey ball trees, Osage orange. We collect them in the fall and put them in the basement. They supposedly keep bugs out. I don't know about that. But there's also... I'm looking for berry bushes. There's a whole clutch of berry bushes back here. Sometimes I come back into this little corner from the inside of the woods and pick the berries. I gotta say, this is my favorite stream because this is just an awesome thing to do. I know there are probably people out there that have situations and events occurring in their lives that might seem insensitive, but I know you're going through trouble. This world is trouble. We have a situation in America right now, peaceful protests or not peaceful protests. I have this opinion. There are no peaceful protests. The nature of protesting is you're upset with something. Maybe you're calm on the outside, you're talking calmly, you're gathering and just standing around, but what this thing in here, this symbolic blood pumping machine is symbolic of is the seat of your consciousness, your spiritual heart. What's in there when you're protesting? You're upset about something. Is that at peace? That's not peaceful. I ran over a walnut or something. We're almost back. Hey, all the cows are out in the field. All the cows are up in this corner. Yes, I'm easily distracted. This is a really blind corner I gotta pull out. So I'm just gonna whip it out. No, nobody's usually coming along this time of day. We've almost made a circle. I'm gonna download this video and see how it went. Especially the confusing point about where Stream Elements had the disconnect button up, but it told me it was disconnected anyways. But right now it says it's live. I am back. That was a quick one. I just went around the block. Was it worth it? Yes, it was worth it. Just to go around the block, it was worth it. And is my kitty sitting here waiting for me? Probably. Alrighty. Can I unmute the radio now? That might have been a little crooked. Something happened to this bar. I'm going to set up my normal phone view with it. Okay. Now I got to put the top back up. I should be able at this point to disconnect mobile data. I can't get it out of the clip. I should be able to disconnect mobile data. I don't know. I would have to get into Wi-Fi settings. Well, we're going to end the stream. I'm your host with Channel 6. Oh, you can't. I got it in there. Got to get sunlight on my face. I'm your host with Channel 6. That was putting the top down on the Jeep and taking a cruise. Wind blowing my hair across. I'll be back on later stream. Terraria or video games. Some video game things. Not as much fun as this. Everybody, look after yourselves. Take care. Be loved. Be loved. I'll be seeing you.